Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues. And I had a little paper that I had written some notes on. Did you?
Did I have your little paper?
No. Did you have a little paper?
I just have my notes app. You
Right.
should just use your notes app because you always have your phone.
Well, yeah, but whatever. Let me just get it from over there. No, never mind. I'll just remember, I think.
Yeah, you will.
Okay.
Just go with the flow. Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Let's just jump right in. Highlights and lowlights of the week.
God, you go first. I never think of that.
Okay. You should think of that.
I know. I'm sorry. I have a highlight. The new girl that works with me, my new assistant. She's amazing. I love her.
Good.
It makes me so happy when she's here.
Finally found somebody that you liked.
Yeah. We all finally find somebody that we like in life.
It's true, if we're lucky.
So yes, I'm very happy with that. And low light. Has there been a low light?
You know what we should do? We should do highlight, low light, and then Lola light.
Yeah.
But most of my highlights or lowlights have to do with her.
Oh, okay.
What else do I have going on?
You know, I really have this thing where I'm feeling like I shouldn't have lowlights and I don't feel like I have them. So I think that's such a good thing. Why should I focus on anything negative?
It's not, lowlights are not focusing on negative stuff. It's just acknowledging that maybe something was not a highlight this week.
Right.
But if you don't have one, you don't have one. Listen, you may not
really
have one for a
focusing on gratitude. So seriously, you can't, whatever. I'm sorry, but I'm feeling that way. I've never been that way before. It's a great thing.
So happy for you. I'm thrilled for you. Okay. I have lowlights and I have highlights.
Of course you do.
I'll start with highlights.
Okay.
So I went viral.
You went viral with a big
I mean, I didn't go viral. Lola went viral. Yes, as I have a notes app for this podcast, and I will, unlike you, when there's a highlight or a low light, if something happens,
you write it down.
I'll jot it down because I forget everything.
Right. So but remember, other than taking care of one child, then you do this. I know this week you're working on something, but up to now, that's all you've had. And
and this is not a full-time job?
It's not.
Yes, it is. Having an infant, you think you're going to get a lot of hate for this. You think having an infant is not a full-time job?
It is a full-time job, but you certainly have more time than, I promise you, I have more to do than you.
Oh, I'm sure you do. But you also are terrible at time management. So that's another thing. So it's almost like you have more to do because you're bad at time management.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what my low light is? My ungrateful, self-absorbed daughter who thinks that she's the only person that's ever had a child in their whole life. And it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Okay.
I had two of you people at the same time running around.
No, I know.
Was working and was all that. So
but it's not hard.
No, it's not easy. But everything in life is hard. And so when you see everything as hard, you have to see it as a privilege and as a you know what I mean? You get up and you get to look at that face every day, and she's always happy and so smart and responsive to everything you do. You know, you're wrong. And
how did this turn into? I was just telling you that I went viral. How did this turn into you're self-absorbed? It's not that hard to be a mom. How did that turn into that?
I don't know. I've been holding that in.
Jesus, you really went off the rails. Let me just finish my fucking highlight.
Okay.
I went viral. Okay. You're obviously so jealous, but let
me look at how many likes, how many views you had, because your idea.
Let me explain this. So yesterday I again was going to write on the notes app, like on my highlight of I have so many more views. I was going to say we went viral as a joke because I made this little reel for Lola's 6-month anniversary, birthday, whatever. And, you know, I don't have that many followers. And even the people that do follow me, it's like, not everybody watches my shit. Not everybody likes my stuff. So I went on Saturday morning to look at the views because I opened my Instagram and I had 100 new likes. And I was like, what the hell? And I saw that it was at 6,000 views. And I'm like, That's
That's a
crazy.
lot
It's
for
a
yeah.
lot of views for somebody who like just doesn't have that many followers, whatever.
Right. I mean, there's people telling people or sending it to people or watching it more
Or
than once.
I think what happened is it started getting onto people's explore page, I think is what happened
Oh,
because I don't check my Instagram. I don't get notifications on it. So I don't check it often. So I would pop in after like, an hour, hour and a half of not being on it. And when I opened my Instagram, I would get like, I would see like 70 new likes. And so I'm like, let me see how many views this thing has now. This was like an
right.
hour after checking it. It went up to 7,000. And that was only in an hour. And I was like, what? When I checked it this morning, it's at 14,000 views. So no, it's not viral, but like for
But no,
me,
Beba,
that is
that's
so,
crazy.
it's so many views. The only thing is it has not increased the amount of people who follow me. It hasn't done anything. People will like it and move on.
Right.
But still, I was like, John Lane was so confused by it. He's like, I don't understand why this is like the thing that is blowing up.
Because it was, I don't know, the whole thing was very sweet.
He
It
said it
was
was
a
very
great,
wholesome. He was like, I
yeah,
think
and
it's like,
people like wholesome. It was a great song.
that's what I said. I'm like, it's the song. He's like, that song is not why people are sticking around. I'm like, I
I
don't
think the
know,
song
man.
has something to do with it, but it's just very genuine.
Yeah. If you guys, if you haven't watched it, go to my Instagram and watch it. It's pretty freaking cute. I would say 1,000 of the views are me and 1,000 of the views are John Liam.
And me,
And you, of course.
I
But
watch it and cry
yeah.
like I'm ridiculous.
But yeah, that's my highlight. We have gone low key viral. So don't worry, I'll remember you when we're at the top. My low light is, I guess this was I don't even want to say this low light, but I'm just gonna say it. So I mentioned last week Lola got sick. She had her first cold, fever, whatever.
Yep, that was your Lola last week.
It
You're
was my
gonna
no. Can you let me? I'm gonna end this today. Like in
Oh,
in
okay.
5 minutes, it's gonna be a 15-minute podcast. Listen, she was sick last week with a cold, whatever. There have been like the remnants of a cold, like a little bit of a sore throat. Like her voice was a little raspy, kind of sexy.
Sexy baby. Maybe that's why you're going viral.
A little bit of a
Maybe it's
sexy voice.
pedophiles.
We went to the pediatrician for a 6-month appointment on Monday. And I asked the doctor, like, after checking her, I was like, is she good? She's like, she's good. She just has like remnants of a cold, but she's fine. And then she was asking us about sleep training. I'm like, oh, we had started it and then just like abandoned it when she was like sick. So we're waiting for her voice to kind of like heal a little bit
Come back.
more
Right.
because if not, she cries out and then she loses her voice more, whatever. She's like, you don't have to wait. Like babies lose their voice often, even just by like squealing sometimes. So she's like, don't worry
Yeah.
about it. She's fine. You can start again. And you should, because it's going to get harder if you don't get back into it.
Right.
And I was like, okay. So that night we were like, we're gonna do it. We did it again, cry out method of like wait 5 minutes, then go in there for 20 seconds, soothe her 10 minutes, 20 seconds in, 15 minutes, 20 seconds in. At the 10-minute mark, I was like having a hard time because again, her voice is sore. So you hear her slowly losing it. And in my mind, I'm like, the doctor said this is fine. Like we have to, whatever. And then at a certain point, I'm like, I just need to go in there. And I go in there. And the second I like am going to pick her up, there's nothing coming out of her throat. And it looks like
My God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
she's
die.
coughing. She was coughing, but with no noise. So it looked like she was choking. She was going, and so I picked her up really fast and I like hold her and just like pat her back and I like go outside and tell Jolene, I'm like, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. And then like in that moment, she just threw up because she was crying so hard that she threw up. And I was like, I am not sleep trained. I was like, I'm done with this. It's enough. I'm
Okay.
not doing this.
I take it back. That's my low light. What
It
the
was,
fuck?
no, you have no idea. I had such a hard time coming down from it. I wanted to sleep in her room that night. I like journaled. I journaled to try to calm down. I tried to meditate. I was a wreck. I just kept hearing or not hearing and seeing her going like that. I almost died. It was the worst thing ever. So I got out my notes app and I said, low light, Lola throwing up. And that's something you should learn from. That's what you should do.
If you had told me about it,
Oh,
it
I'm
would have been
kidding.
my low light.
Yeah. So it was so
Wow.
devastating, but she's obviously completely fine. And she's actually like, she's kind of getting back into it without doing much. Like, I'm not doing like a super intense cry out method. Like,
Yeah.
I'll wait 3 minutes. I'll go in there. I'm just not being
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
intense
Yeah.
about it. And
Yeah.
she's been like last night, she slept through the night. She woke up at 4 to put like her tete back in, and then she was fine. She woke up at 7. So she's okay. But I was just really, it was not good.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Yeah. That is devastating. I
That's a
can't.
major low light. I still like kind of think about it. I didn't even want to say it because I don't even want to like relive it, you know?
Yeah.
So here's another thing that I want to say before we get into gossip. Our podcast episode with from Behind the Velvet Rope came out last week on Monday.
And it went viral.
It did not go viral, but you had sent me a Twitter post about like somebody saying like Anakin Kosis and her daughter talk like go in on Marisol. And there's like, of course, I'm never I'm never in the news or celeb gossip or whatever.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm gonna read every comment, that Twitter, whatever. Most comments were, I will say, were in agreement with a lot of the stuff we were saying, which felt good.
Right.
But
And then Marisol's people went in. She has a
okay,
little army of people.
but let's say even if it wasn't Marisol's people, of course people are going to disagree and think that you're desperate for,
Oh,
you
gosh,
know,
of
to get back
course.
on the
You knew
show.
that. Right.
The one thing I saw that I think that you should make clear is a comment that I read was that in the reunion, like people were like, "Oh, I hate this girl because in the reunion she went after Leah's son and said
Right. Right.
he
Right.
was socially awkward."
Right.
So
I've
I think that
already,
you should address this and tell people, number one, that you are friends with Leah and that you
I
regret saying that
posted it.
comment. That was the
I
most
posted it.
fucked up comment you've ever said.
First of all, let's clear that up. When somebody wrote that, I responded to her and I said, I agree. It was absolutely awful. And I've apologized to Leah since then, and I
Yeah.
feel very bad about it. But just so that you know, Marisol told me that Leah was going around saying certain things about you guys, including the fact that you wanted to be the next Kardashian and that your sex tape was coming out any moment, which
Me?
she did not say, but I believed it. And
Guys,
now
if I had a
let's go
sex
back.
tape coming out,
Right.
you
But
would be
let's
the
go back.
first to know about it.
Right. But let's go back to the time in the time that was, right? Was it 2011, something like that?
Yeah.
We were not as, when I said socially awkward, I never in my life meant anything like that. If you think about it, at that time, people said lots of things that you can't say today. So
Yeah.
it was terrible, but I didn't
But it
mean
was
that
a
he
different
was on
time.
the spectrum. And yes, because that would not come out of my mouth today to describe anybody, no matter how mad I was. You
Yeah.
understand? Like, we have changed and our tolerance for, so now when people are watching a show 12 years later or
Yeah, it
whatever,
looks much worse.
it looks so much worse. And it was in response to something, but it was still in poor taste. It was still awful, and it always bothered me until I had the opportunity to apologize to her.
Yeah.
No matter what. So, and that happened already a long time ago. And yeah,
well, that's why I wanted you to say something, because
I did say it on Twitter, but I'm not going to go and say it to everybody. I've said it a million times.
I know, but I wanted to say it here because this is like the most intimate space for, I think, you. So I just wanted to make sure that people like knew.
Yeah.
Yes, it was fucked up. It was a different time, but it's still fucked up.
But all of everything that I said, in a way, was, oh shit, that was me when you told me that the time that we were going to do that. And anyway, so for me, it was more than that. It was saying that, making ageist comments, which today, like, it's like, that's so ridiculous, you know? Just all of it. And it was more evidence of me being played. You know, I had a 6-hour flight with Marisol where she was just, imagine, I was talking to Gati the other day, and they were showing like how the women sat at this reunion recently.
Yeah.
Back then, did you have any idea that seating meant anything?
No, I don't think it did. I don't think it did.
Oh, I don't think
for
it did
the production side of things, I think it was more of like who had the most story. Let's put them closer.
And not only
for
that,
camera.
But it also, you know what I thought it was? Like the colors of your dresses and stuff. I mean, it was just like when you take a picture, it was that's how little I knew.
Yeah.
I also didn't know that I had to earn another season. I didn't think that there was anything that I didn't do well enough to have another season, because I figure in a show you need all types. and I was never going to be a crazy one. I was always going to be kind of more like a
Right.
voice of reason. So I never thought I was going to be eliminated. So none of those things I did, to be clear, were to earn my spot on the show.
Right.
It
Right.
was because I was nervous that Leah is coming after you at the reunion. That's what I was being told. And then when I was getting my makeup done, the producer comes up to me and says, are you ready for Leah? It's going to get bad. It's going to be whatever. And I'm freaking out. So what happens? I come guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
Then the other thing that people don't know is how many hours you're sitting on that couch. 11 to 13 hours, right?
Yeah, it's a
for
lot.
2 episodes that are 40 something minutes each. So my insults and whatever, I mean, they were pretty good, right? Like people like to hear those little whatever sound type things, right? So they sounded like they were one after the other, one after the other. They were also not one after the other, but it's right. So, but all of it, I regret it. I, not proud of it, not my proudest moment. Just whatever. And no, I've I've already been very clear about whether I would go back on the show. And I can honestly tell you, especially after seeing this season, more this season than last, I would never at my age go and do that show. I would do a Ultimate Girls Trip. I've already said that I would do it. Whether they ask me or not, there's no shame in that. It's like maybe they would never ask me.
It's a week-long commitment.
I would
as opposed
absolutely
to a
do it. Yeah, I think it would be fun.
thing.
Right. No, and I would rather meet new people. I have nothing in common with anybody on that show right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I like Nicole and the other girls. I wouldn't mind meeting them, but zero do I want anything to do with Alexia or Marisol.
Yeah.
Zero.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
We'll get into Miami in a couple minutes, but I want to get into, okay, I'm glad we cleared that. I just wanted to make sure I know you've said it a bunch of times. I know you've talked about having a friendship with Leah, but I think like, especially since that episode came out and there were like negative comments about you from that season, about that, especially that reunion. I just wanted to make sure people knew the deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
And
then maybe it'll come up, I'm doing Jeff Lewis this coming week. And because Leah and he are such good friends. I mean, literally when I was scheduled for the show, he went to Leah to make sure it was okay. Like, it's not that she had to give him permission.
No, but
whatever. Yeah. And she said, of course, she's great, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's a genuine
right. So
friendship.
If that came up, I would absolutely tell him the truth, that it's fucked up what I said, and that it was whatever, and that I apologized to Leah, and that, I have respect for Leah. Leah's a hustler. She has her business, she has her stuff. She doesn't, more when you don't even need it. When your husband is that wealthy and that provides that much, she's just nonstop. And I do admire that, because I'm like that.
Yeah.
And I would be like that even if I was with the wealthiest man in the world, so so whatever. Anyway,
let's move on from it. Let's get into some gossip. So we talked about last week, Kylie revealed the name of her baby boy's name, Air.
Does anybody care about this?
But did you hear what it means?
It's an acronym?
It's not an acronym. It's apparently in Arabic. Air means penis.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which is definitely a mistake, I think.
Did she know it before she did it?
I don't think she knew it. And especially, isn't she not from, but
yes, her father, no. She's
Robert
she's a Jenner.
Yeah. Okay. But still, you have family that are Lebanese.
Yeah. But so what? I mean, like, my point is,
I just mean, like, when you choose a name. Well, I'm just saying, if you're choosing a name that is like not a John, Sally, Sarah situation, and you're like, oh, Air, I like that name. Don't you Google it first? Like,
yeah, but what I'm thinking, that she knew it meant penis and gave him the name anyway.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it was a total, like, almost like getting a tattoo and realizing too late that it was misspelled.
I mean, she waited a long time to reveal it. I cannot believe that no one in that family, even the momager who's on top of everything, or anybody that works with them,
hasn't slipped up.
Didn't check that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're supposed to check that. Yeah.
Especially when you're like, a freaking
Right.
Jenner Kardashian.
Right.
I don't. Chloe hasn't even revealed her baby's name either, and I think that was like around the same time. Just
Oh, the baby's. No, I know the baby's name.
what's the
It's
baby?
called Ozempic.
Oh, got it. Got it. We talk so much about Ozempic on this podcast, but I mean, it's rampant.
It's
It's running
Mounjaro. No, now they
rampant.
have Ozempic face. Did you see that's the new thing? It's all over
Yes.
page 6.
If you,
Ozempic
yeah,
face.
Ozempic face is basically you look older when you have it. So,
Yeah.
but it's like
No, and
all
everybody's
these women
gaining weight
have
back.
Botox and facelifts and stuff. Like, I don't think it would be. I mean,
I don't.
if you had never touched your face, I think maybe that's when it would start happening. No.
No, well, but if you get hollowed out, I mean, it's hard to fill that with enough filler. I don't know.
Have you heard of that thing of like removing the fat from this area? What's this called? Something with a B. So it's like you get the cheekbone thingy.
No, I don't know.
Apparently, Bella Hadid has done it, where it's like you remove this part of your.
Oh, I thought that there was a thing where you put filler in your jaw so that this looks like whatever. Guys, leave your face alone.
I know.
Leave your face
filler
alone.
really
I mean,
scares me.
I hate filler. I'm going to get a facelift. I don't know when, but I'm going to.
But I think that's actually better than
Of course it is.
injecting your face with a bunch of.
And by the way,
stuff.
do you know what a facelift is? What they consider a facelift is not your whole face. A facelift, people like to call it mini. It's not a thing. It's a lower facelift where you lift this part of it.
Right.
Then you would do your eyes, or you would do a forehead lift, or I mean, it's called a brow lift, an upper eyelid, a lower eyelid, then the facelift, and then there's the neck. So the facelift is only this area.
But do you need that?
I do.
Okay.
I do. It's starting to, you know what I'm saying? I don't
You're
have
getting jelly.
It's starting to, I see it. You know what I mean? It's not bad like what I see on other people and stuff my age.
Do you do gua sha?
I started doing it. I'm just so, first of all, I have it. I have it, but I haven't read like how it is. I think you're supposed to hold, and I don't know if you're supposed to go up or down. So I don't want to screw it up, but I do have it.
I got one probably like 2 years ago, and I used it and I liked it a lot. And then I dropped it on the floor and it shattered.
It shattered, right? Mine's
I'm not going to buy one.
Right.
What do you mean about to shatter?
Because if, you know, me, I'm not, first of all, I'm not consistent with any of that stuff. So
I
need
that's
to,
the thing.
I
You
need
have
to
to
get
be
good
consistent.
at it. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Pete Davidson removed his Kim tattoos, which I think is actually shocking because normally the man covers up tattoos. He got it removed, like lasered off.
I wonder why. He wanted nothing to do with her. He wanted to excise her from his life as if it never existed.
He had I just remember like the Ariana Grande tattoo. He got like the little like bunny ears from like the Ariana Grande bunny ear era. And he just had like covered it up. And I think that's kind of been the vibe for most of the stuff.
Right. Well, I think that, you know, I think there's relationships in your life that you think that were part of that made you who you are. And so you don't regret them. Like, you know, I don't regret being married to, right. Like, I don't regret being married to your dad. I don't regret, you know, things like that. There was one relationship I wish I never had. And you probably have a relationship you wish you'd never had.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to look at something and it be like, that's just covering up this shit.
Right.
So that's how maybe he feels about that. He had gotten
tattoos of her kids' names. And
yeah,
that to me, I'm like, that I would remove. But the like, Kim is my lawyer tattoo, I'm like, that's
but it was
fine.
You know, nah, I agree. I think it probably has to do with the fact that he wants just no recollection of it at all.
That's fair.
I think that's what he wants. I think he didn't learn anything. He acted whatever. I don't think it was
it's a testament to like how badly it ended. Like, I don't think we all knew how bad it may have been.
Yeah. Because I think that she really, really, really fell for him. She was obsessed with him like I've never seen her before.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like, I'm so curious who the next victim is for Miss Kardashian.
Oh, for her?
Yeah.
Because, you know, Pete and I are talking.
No, I know you are. I didn't want to say it on the podcast, but I'm glad that you're telling people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Next, Justin Bieber sold his music catalog for $200 million.
It's probably a good idea. Doesn't he have some kind of illness or something that could prevent him from, you know, I don't think
it would prevent him from like making music.
No,
I don't know
what it is that he has. He has something that's kind of like
the thing that are you talking about, the thing that made his face have a seizure, or not seizure?
Or maybe I'm confused with him and somebody else.
You're thinking about Selena Gomez, I think.
I don't know.
Are you
I was
thinking
thinking
about
about
her
somebody.
lupus?
No, no, no. I was thinking of somebody that
Oh,
had some kind of Parkinson's type thing that did really weird shit with their face, or probably, I
something
don't know.
happened with Justin Bieber with his face where it was like paralyzed, but
Right.
I
It's
don't know
fine
if
now.
I think it's fine now.
Okay.
Well, and I don't know if it's like a forever thing, but I think he's fine. I think he'll make more music. I'm
Plus, I
just
think
like,
that's not a lot of money.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, no. For his catalog, he should have gotten a lot more money, and I don't know why he sold it. That's chump change. I'm not kidding you.
It's
For that kind of talent, it's
I
chump
agree,
change.
but I also think like, why would you sell your music? He's 27, 28. Why would you do that now?
Maybe he needed the
I
money.
well, it's also like he also hasn't made music in a long time and he had to stop touring because of that like paralyzed face situation. But like
Hmm.
he's so young that he can create an entirely new
Oh no,
music
of course
catalog
he
and
can
like
have three
sell it
more
and it'll be fine.
catalogs. Right, right,
But
right.
I'm just confused as to why even do that? Why do that?
It doesn't make any sense.
It's a
But
very
I also don't want to spend an enormous amount of time of somebody, having a windfall of $200 million. Not a windfall, but it's like whatever, whatever.
it's not it really isn't that much money. I was like
No, it
pretty
isn't. It isn't a lot
shocked.
of money. Every time, do you remember when my sauce was called $1 million marinade? And it's like, but people was like, why did you change the name? Because I said I felt like Austin Powers, like $1 million. That's
Yeah, it's
nothing.
nothing. It's
Nothing. That's
nothing.
zero. I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive to people, but it really
No,
is not
in this
anything.
economy,
Right. It's like it's nothing. You can't
two
do
hundred
much with
million
that.
dollars. I'll pay for this song. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
too late now to say sorry? That
Mm.
song is worth $200 million in my
Is it?
book. Yes, that's one of the greatest songs ever
My
made.
God. I watched this movie just really quick called You People, like I call You
Oh
People.
yeah, with
And I
Jonah.
loved it so much because it was the one with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
It's
I haven't
because
seen it yet.
I feel it's like the modern day Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, but in reverse. That famous
Yeah.
Sidney Poitier movie where black man went to a white family's dinner, but this is the opposite. It was just
Yeah.
so good and so funny.
Oh, I can't wait
And
to watch it.
and when Jonah does a podcast with this girl, and he was talking about how he needed relationships and stuff, and they referred to everything as like, you're acting like Views Drake. Why are you being Views Drake? You're supposed to be this and this and this Drake. He goes, I want to come back like something whatever Drake, and everything was based
I
on
love it. What
who
like
Drake
the
that was.
different like
Yeah.
versions
And
of
it's like
Drake?
I had to look it up because I didn't know what is
Views
Views Drake?
Drake is like him sitting at the top of the like
Yeah.
thing with his feet dangling and he's like
Yeah.
very depressed.
Right. And then there's one where he's like something whatever lover Drake. Like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, you need to be more like this Drake and whatever. It's like, I mean, honestly, you were worse than whatever Drake. He goes, I'm feeling like lover, I don't know, Drake. And it's like
Oh, I love
everything
it. I
was
can't wait to
a
watch it.
reference to Drake. You'll really love it because I didn't get it, but even I thought that was funny.
You
It's
know what
great. It's
movie
really
I
good.
watched last night, which Gothi's gonna laugh at this because I said I am not gonna watch that movie. It's so stupid. I watched Shotgun Wedding with Josh
Oh,
Duhamel
I was
and
gonna
Jennifer
watch it, but
Lopez.
I watched something worse. Bezos.
Jesus.
Emilio Stefan made the movie Bezos. And I love
Like
them.
Jeff
They're great.
Bezos?
Yes. And
No.
Marcus Lemonis is in it. And I
Ugh.
gotta tell you, they put a lot of their friends in it, people that I know, people that don't. It doesn't make sense. It was just Emilio played the dad, Bezos' dad, and Marcus played his boss who told him not to do Amazon. Although he said, I think it's a great idea. I'm sure he made sure to put that in there because if not, he was going to look like an idiot. But I got to tell you, the best acting was Marcus's. Because
Really?
that's who Marcus is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's just, I think he was acting like himself, but he was very natural.
Oh
But
wow.
it was just like, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it was not.
Well, I will say I was pleasantly surprised by Shotgun Wedding.
Really?
I laughed like 3 times, like actually laughed, but
Did
but mostly because of, and I hate to say it, Jennifer Coolidge. Like she really made
Oh
me
yeah.
LOL.
Yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
just
No,
like
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
there's just like
Did
one scene. It doesn't ruin anything, but there's one scene where they're being held hostage by these like pirates in the Philippines, and they like put them in the pool, and they get like the little like name cards to make sure everybody is there. Like if anybody's missing, they go and try to find them to make sure everyone's being held hostage. So like the pirate gets the name card and he goes, who is Robert? And like everyone is silent. It's like the first name called and nobody wants to whatever. And Jennifer Coolidge just like, Robert, they're calling you. Robert, they're actually calling you. You have to say he's here. Like it was very funny.
Yeah, she's funny. She is funny. All right. Well,
okay, that was just a little digression. Okay, Paris Hilton, welcome to baby. Did you see this?
When was she pregnant?
Via surrogate.
Oh, what? She didn't want to ruin her body, or she's too old?
You can't say that. That's not why people use surrogates. Sometimes people have like trouble getting pregnant.
Oh, I didn't know. No, but
no, I don't know if that's what it is. I'm just saying you shouldn't.
She was married for 30 seconds.
Yeah, true. They must have had this done like right when they must have had all their ducks in a row and then got married and then whatever.
I'm going to stand by. She didn't want to ruin her body, and if I'm wrong, I'll eat it.
She's not going to admit that, so you're never going to know whether you're wrong or right.
Whatever.
She's never going to be like, well, I don't want to ruin this
more
bod.
things I don't really care that much about, but it's crazy. Like how do you suddenly have a baby? Plus, by the way, it wouldn't have ruined her body, and she would have looked so great pregnant, and she could have pulled off amazing fashion pregnant.
Listen, I don't think to me, she feels like the type of person who would want to get pregnant. So she must have had Casey Wilson from Bitch Sesh also just had a baby via surrogate.
Oh, nice.
A little girl named Frankie. So cute. Nice.
Well, Mark Anthony got married last night.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Beautiful girl that I know that she was, I mean, I just don't know how much younger than him she is, but maybe he'll have a chance of having like a beautiful child.
Yeah. That's nice. Did you see that Larsa Pippen went Instagram official with Michael Jordan's son, Marcus?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is so weird to me because this woman knew Marcus when he was probably a kid. And that is
we looked up. He's 32 and she's 48. So there's a 16-year age difference. We looked this up because I wasn't sure. She looks great. I feel bad for Scotty.
Me too.
I think that's it's just a slap in the face. I feel that it's weird for her own kids. I don't think she thought it through.
I don't think she thinks much through.
Yeah, whatever. There's something about Larsa that I just find completely uninteresting. Yeah. I know that she has, she referred to herself as the 0.1% of influencers. And so that's great.
No, I'm glad. OnlyFans.
Oh, on OnlyFans. Whatever. But she makes a lot of money off her feet. And I think good for you, man. You know what I mean? Like seriously,
I'm 2 seconds away from putting my feet on the internet.
Yeah, but
nobody wants to see mine.
No, but your feet are not pretty. No, I could do my feet. Okay. I could probably do my feet. Then anyway, I don't want to. I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying, she's just everything is like there's no energy. Like give that woman an Adderall. Give her something. Give her some B12. Like she is not like. And it's like, whatever. It's like,
I know. I don't like the way that she throws grenades at everybody and then like walks away being like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like not a big deal. It's like, no, you're trying to literally ruin people's lives. But
maybe that's exactly what the show needs. I don't know. I'm telling you, we should know. This last season.
Yeah, let's talk Miami. Let's just
this last season. This last episode was the implosion of Alexia. Whatever now her name is. She will never recover from this. I think that people saw, and it's everywhere, the polls and everything. She lost her credibility. She lost everything. It is so clear that she's envious of everyone.
Yeah.
And why
I think that's what it is. It's like,
no, but people don't like that. People don't like envious people.
It's annoying. And I
have to be honest, like, as much as we don't like Marisol, I think Marisol has less envy than Alexia because Marisol doesn't come from a place of envy. She comes from a place of just wanting to be a housewife.
She wants and wanting to stay on. She wants to be there. Whereas Alexia, Alexia said it all. When she said, I'm always going to be in the spotlight. I was born to be a star and Alexia to her core believes that. And if she is not the center of attention, it really rattles her.
Which is why when she called to be on David's show or whatever, she went on David's show, in person, she wanted her husband to be there too, because he was part of it. And it was it seemed very staged. It seemed very, and then he was like, because she ain't going anywhere, because she's like, whatever. Like, he was like,
I would
are
not
you
be
trying to convince
surprised.
us or yourself?
Right. I
You
would
know?
not be surprised if Alexia didn't come back as a full-time housewife next season.
Me
I would
neither.
be very surprised if that did. She would stay on as
She
a
would stay on
Marisol
it. Yeah,
friend, as a Kiki friend, but I don't see her like.
me neither.
I
Me
just
neither.
wouldn't
I
be
think it's
surprised.
that bad. I think it's that bad. Like, her inability to, first of all, the jealousy towards Nicole is palpable. You can't, when Nicole walks in a room, Alexia's always wanted a lot of attention, but not only attention, she wants a lifestyle that she doesn't have with Todd.
Right.
And so Anthony, that's real shit, right? That's real money, and it's not ill-begotten. It's real money earned. We've discussed that, and she can't stand that. And then Nicole, like, people
So she's gonna go after.
yeah. And
Like,
people are writing on the thing, like, she's jealous of Nicole because Nicole is young, beautiful, firm. Like, they even say firm. It's painful for me. I'm an older
firm.
woman too. Yeah, like, because she's
Like body's tight.
juicy. She's young.
She is
Like,
firm. She
do
is
you know what I'm
firm.
talking about?
I
Like,
need to get
there's
back to being firm.
radiance. There's the radiance. There's the plump
Nicole
juiciness
looks better than a lot of like 20-year-olds that I
she
see.
does. She does. And everything about her, she's a great life, and
she's
it makes her
smart, and
crazy,
she's
and she's smart,
educated,
and she's a doctor.
and
Yeah,
she's like a good mom. Like, yeah, there's a
all
lot
of
of
it.
things going for her. I
But
will say.
but but when you see that she can't even let um Adriana have her moment. Like, she met a guy. She's single. Why do you want to ruin that for her? Well, I heard that's the same thing she did to Karen. We can talk about that, because everybody always thought that I came after Karen. But when she came to Karen with, like, in the Bahamas with, I know this was years ago, with a thing to show her the guy kissing another girl named Anna, which then it was obvious and it was never me. She enjoyed that. And I
But
took
that's the
no
thing. She
part in that.
wants to be the person who's like bringing the drama. She's trying to almost like play this like Lisa Rinna role of producer,
Well, look where she ended
bringing
up.
the drama.
And she's not smart
Yeah.
enough. And here's the problem. When she said, it was the funniest thing in the world when she said, it doesn't matter because we didn't scroll all the way down. Who is we? Because Marisol tried to excise herself from the situation and said, can I get a new bestie? Can I whatever? It's like, we is one too many people. You
It's
didn't
also
scroll
like
down.
it's such a like testament to her character too, of like, you made a big mistake.
Right.
You accuse this man of being married, a man that your friend
Just
is
say
like
I fucked up.
really, really likes, and then you won't apologize.
You won't apologize
And
because
not only won't you apologize, you're brushing over it. And then when they're saying you should apologize, for what? For what? What do you mean for what?
what?
You literally just said that you made a mistake. You've been accusing this man of being married. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And the thing is that I think it speaks to the fact that she is so insecure about her intelligence. Like, she's always wanted to come across as smart. She's not smart. She is
No.
not smart. She is the dumbest person on that show. People say Lisa's not dumb. Lisa's not dumb. Lisa just focuses on some stuff. Alexia is dumb to the core.
Yeah.
And I've always said it, but she just showed it. And it's part of her hang up of that just, stupidity that she carries that makes her unable to apologize. Because I have made many mistakes. I admit that I was played like a fool in my season. Does that make me dumb? No, that just made me not well versed in the inner workings of a housewife show. That's all. But that doesn't make me dumb. She thinks that apologizing makes you dumb. No, it makes you smart, and it makes you realize, like, wow, I'm so sorry. I really fucked up, but it's when you put that together with everything they're trying to do to Nicole, that envy, I think that's destroyed her.
Yeah,
It
it's really bad. It's really bad. I will say, like, when I was writing notes about this episode in the beginning, I just wrote down, does anyone really care about this Adriana marriage license story? Because I'm like, this feels like other than this current episode that we watched, where it became a thing where Alexi wouldn't apologize and she said she forgot to scroll down, whatever.
Yeah.
Before then, I was like, why are we spending time on this? It's not a big deal.
Well, because it's not a big deal, but at the same time, it's a representation of who Alexia
For
is,
sure.
really.
And
That's all
I
it
think
is.
I realized that towards the end of the episode.
But
I'm
for
like, oh,
that,
they were trying to set up this part of the
right.
story, because before I was like,
And I don't know that they
who
tried to
cares?
set her up really
Not
at the
set her
end.
up, but you have to
No,
pay, a story has to
right.
pay off.
I just think that at the end, who you are, even if you, let's say you've been fooling the audience for a while, it just comes out. You know,
Right.
there's no way to cover up who you are. Like
Yeah.
you can see when Alexia, you know, anytime somebody talks to her, that desire to jump and talk first, because she's like, I want to be there, I want to be relevant, I want to whatever. But you also see the smoke coming out of her ears when she's not really understanding what they're saying. It's all of it, you know, you can't fake that. You can't fake that. That's why Nicole comes across as so calm, because she's surrounded by, you know, people that aren't really, definitely not smarter than she is. And so she's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I was never worried about being caught off guard that somebody would say something to me that I wouldn't know how to answer.
Right.
So I wonder what happened at the reunion, but
I'm so curious.
Also, you know, the viewers who don't, I mean, our listeners who don't know, you know, the seating arrangement is crazy.
Yeah.
Alexia was put in the back of the bus, and we knew Lisa would have
a front
first
row.
chair on one
first
side,
chair, because she had such an important story.
Yeah. But the other first chair was Nicole.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
I did, because again, I think Nicole, the way that Lisa is having her moment on this season of her marriage falling apart, Nicole is having her marriage come to fruition, and there's a lot of like events happening around it, and like again, Alexia and Marisol like coming after Nicole for no reason. It makes sense that she would be next to him, but to not have like, you know, Alexia even like the second seat somewhere,
It's very telling.
Yeah,
it's very telling. And you know, I don't understand this, and I'm not suggesting anything, I'm not, but I find it weird that Gertie was behind Adriana, because Adriana's a friend, you know, so like at the two ends were Gertie and Kiki.
But again, not much story happening with Gertie this season.
That's the reason. So it really has to do with your story. Okay.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. It all made sense. I saw that seating chart and I was not shocked by anything. It all made a lot of sense to me, except for the Alexia one. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Well, they never move
closer.
Listen, they never move Kyle unless even when she doesn't have much of a storyline. I think it's in her contract.
She pops around.
Does she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been like right next to him. She's been like I think this last season she wasn't right next to him. She was.
And I think the husbands were there.
Good.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it, but there's still several episodes
I know
left.
there's more. I just want to go through my notes of this. So
okay.
At the luncheon that Alexia had at her house, Marisol adding vodka to her wine is next level. I know we talk about her alcoholism
I didn't
all the time.
see that.
No, so it was Nicole, Marisol, and Alexia, and they were the first three there. And they're like, let's open like a bottle of wine, whatever. And then they cheers, and she takes a sip. She goes, that's a little too sweet for me. And they do a shot of her pouring alcohol into her wine.
Right. Vodka legs. That's her nickname, vodka legs.
It's not right, man.
Yeah,
it's not right.
It's not. I had forgotten about that, and I can't believe I've forgotten that, because I have to tell you that was the most cringe-worthy thing. There is no such thing as a legal luncheon. This doesn't. The only people that have legal luncheons are people who are members of the bar and get together for lunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that she had this guy, and she's like, everybody meet Michael, whatever. Family law. That's his speciality. It's like,
did she say speciality?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
and then when Nicole went to ask him a question, she goes, that's not his thing. That's not his speciality. He's family law. He only knows family law. It's like, first of all, I did transactional real estate my whole life. You can ask me about slander.
Of course, you went to law school. You
exactly
have to study everything.
You're so stupid. You're so stupid. Like, ask your husband. It's like, I don't know.
Nicole with the like petty housewife thing of like giving the man her black Amex was like, again, what I want
it out of her alligator Birkin.
Oh no, it's incredible. But that Birkin.
Oh my God.
We can spend a whole episode on that.
Just on that.
Beautiful purse I've ever seen in my life. But it's again like the level of like sending a mirror and being like, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the
Yeah,
fakest one
no,
of them
I
all.
like that. I
I
like that. I
love
thought that
it.
was really
Again, I
funny.
think she's literally giving us exactly what we've been wanting from like every franchise of Housewives.
Right.
This
Right.
petty drama that's
Right.
not destructive or whatever. It's just a little petty and
It's
it's just
fun and
being
it's
in your
fun.
face and it's good. This is what we
It's
want.
classic Housewives. It's classic
Exactly.
Housewives. We want that.
I think
You're
Nicole's a
you're
great
right.
housewife.
I think so too. I think she got I mean, she's a quick study.
Yeah.
She's a quick study
She's
because she's
smart.
smart. Yeah. I mean, this
um,
is the consistent thing we've got going on here. She's smart.
Also, most important question. Do you say Amex or do you say Amex? She said
Um,
Amex, and I was like,
she
what
did.
the
I don't
hell?
know. I've always said Amex because it's American Express, but
Right.
I've actually heard in rap music the other day for the first time
Okay.
somebody saying Amex. So maybe because she's young and more urban and cool. I'm not going to
More
say anything bad about
urban.
Nicole. I can't. Not urban. Or is urban the thing? Like, you know, when you're
I
just
just
so
want to know
cool.
what rap song you were listening to is
I
my
heard.
biggest
I
concern.
heard Amex being used, and it, you know, whatever.
I
I
guess
don't know.
Amex, because if you're doing it as like the A firm, I don't know. I thought Amex was very weird. It was very jarring, but I was like, it's Amex, sweetie. But
Whatever. It doesn't bother me.
Um, also, just like a side note, I feel like in the promo for Miami Housewives, I think it might be Gertie's voice saying like, "This is a real representation of Miami."
It's not.
I need everybody to know that it is not. Like,
Yeah.
it is actually the farthest thing from what Miami
You know,
is.
I actually said the other day that I, you know, would like to hand in my Miami Latina card immediately if everyone believes that all us, you know, 50 plus women go around saying bro. I have never
No.
uttered the word bro except for now in my entire life as a real thing. No one says that. It's just ridiculous. It's a gimmick. I don't know what they're doing, but we're not all like that. And so it's kind of, that part to me is a little mortifying.
Yeah.
That's the representation.
I need people to know that it's simply
Right.
not.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Me too. Me too. And people have been talking about that. Don't they realize they're too old and too ridiculous to be saying that? It's like, I don't know. I think they came in very sure of themselves that they were going to take over this thing, and it's not, you know, it's not happening. I think Nicole needs to bring in some of her friends. You know, she has beautiful friends, probably accomplished like her, and you know, and make the show a little bit, bring it to this century. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
Time.
so. The only other thing I wanted to talk about for Bravo was Lisa Rinna was denied unemployment benefits.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I'm like, why is she filing for unemployment? Like, Lisa
I don't
Rinna does
know.
not need to be filing for unemployment benefits. That's an
You know, do
insane
we know
thing.
that that's true? Well, that's a public record thing.
It's
So I
public
think it's very
record.
true. And also, Andy came out saying that he hopes that, you know, he thinks Lisa Rinna's thing is a pause and that he hopes for it to be a pause.
Which I'm glad he said that, because
I'm glad that he said that, but it, to me, that goes to how unsure Andy is about everything these days. Andy is very,
well, he's just not,
and it's not because he doesn't know, he doesn't understand, not that he doesn't understand, no one knows the future of this kind of franchise.
right.
We don't know where it's going.
But I think that's okay.
I think he's being smart to say that. Yeah.
I think it would be weird if he was super firm on these decisions, because like you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what people are going to call for. Just like Miami was gone for years and then people called for it to come back and it did. That was the people. So imagine if Andy was like, it's never going to come back. It didn't work. Like,
he has said, he did say that. He said that he didn't see it coming back. He did say that. But you know what? You don't see it coming back, and the people wanted it. And so he responded to the people wanting it, which I think is smart too. Yeah. I think that Miami, in order for Miami to survive, they need to do some casting, you know, maybe not revamp the whole thing, but just a little bit of tweaking. Yeah. And maybe bring in, you know, I don't know, somebody else. You? Oh God, no, not me. Not me. I would never, you know, after seeing that scene, right? I can see how it looks, and it's not even how it looks. I don't have the energy for that. Yeah. I don't have the energy. If they invite me to a legal lunch, can you imagine? I would be like,
know what would happen. You'd be like, I'm gonna skip that one.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like, what are you saying? It's like the whole thing was mortifying, honestly.
It was pretty.
It was, I got secondhand shame from all of it.
Yeah.
The lawyer who allowed himself to be put in that situation. Alexia, there's family law, legal luncheon. She's having a legal luncheon because we've all been so affected by Lisa's divorce.
I don't know.
I mean, and then when Adriana gets there with her papers going like, can you tell me if these are, Adriana, I already told you, we didn't scroll down. Again, we as one too many people. Who is this we were talking about? And then
she needs her little sidekick.
And the guy gets the thing, right? It was probably that Johnny guy. Probably. So the guy, or maybe it was Peter. The guy is
Peter doesn't talk to his mom.
He doesn't?
I'm just saying, like, every scene, I'm like, I don't think that they talk.
Yeah. So then the guy's going, this is a final judgment, and there's a stamp from the circuit court, and there's a signature of the judge, and he is absolutely. So what? I already said it. He's divorced, but he's still an asshole. It's like,
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a quiz and get out of here.
Oh, quiz.
I know. It's been
like a while. Yeah.
I can go first if you want.
Okay, go.
What is a horse girl?
A horse girl?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. A woman with a horse face?
No.
Horse girl. A woman.
It's like it's not like.
Is it sexual? Because everything you're
saying is not a sexual. It's not sexual.
A horse girl.
I bet there is some fucking gross sexual thing.
Horse girl. I don't know. Cowgirl. Somebody that likes Western stuff. A girl that likes Yellowstone. I don't know.
Yeah. That's funny. If somebody calls you a horse girl, it's because you love Yellowstone.
Oh, okay.
And don't let anybody tell you anything different. No, that's not it. I'm kidding. A horse girl. This is like the Urban Dictionary version of it. It's usually a person who is indifferent to fashion trends and completely unaware of how uncool and weird she is.
Right.
It's like, just someone who just is like so out of it. Horse girl. But honestly, it's like, yes, it's a negative thing, but I think as of like the last couple months, it's turned into like a funny thing to be a horse girl. Like Gigi Hadid, who loves horses, like
doesn't want to be a horse girl anymore.
No, well, like if she's with her horses and like on Instagram, she'll hashtag like horse girl forever or something. Like she doesn't. It's like it's taking the power back.
Shit, I don't remember what my questions were. My thing was. I don't have a quiz. I mean, I do. I swear I had, but I forgot.
Come up with one on the spot.
Yeah, I know. I should be able to, right?
Nothing?
Wow.
You have to hurry up. I have to pee.
I know. Can I see Lola?
Yeah. Colleen, can you pass me this child of ours?
Look at how she looks. She's so in love. Hi.
Is that grandma?
She's just obsessed with him.
Like, did you see what's going on over here? He knows.
Did you well, anyway, I'm sorry, I don't have a quiz. I can't think of I can't think of anything. I'm like stumped. But your TikTok is so good.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't heard, I'm not blowing up on TikTok, but I am on TikTok.
But it's good. I think that you will.
Thanks.
People honestly, don't know you're on there.
If anything, like from last week to this week, where I was like, oh, I've been like holding on to drafts and I can't post them. Now I'm like, I made like 3 this weekend that I didn't even think about it. I just like did them and then posted them and then just like moved on with my day. And I was like, am I freer over here? I think
You're
I am.
Freer.
I'm a freer being. So yeah, I'm on TikTok. I'm Beva_Stape, STAPE.
Yeah, I couldn't find you.
I'm really trying to confuse people, like really not make sure that my branding is unclear as possible.
Right, exactly. Why didn't you just use your same thing?
Because
why, Lola? Why?
Because Lola. Because Lola. Okay, guys, thanks for listening.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Follow us on Instagram at Mommy Issues a Pod. Follow me at follow me on Instagram at Biv_Rod. Follow my mom at Anna Cooks QOOKS. Follow me on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Comment if you're watching us on YouTube. Leave a little comment.
Please comment. You know, you guys were so great last week.
We got a lot of comments.
Yeah, we did. And the other thing that I wanted to say was that when this podcast drops Monday, we'll also have our second part of Behind the Velvet.
It's coming out on Monday?
Yeah, it's Monday. And then the other thing.
It.
Yeah. Is that on is it Thursday? Thursday, I'll be on Jeff Lewis Live on Andy Radio. I think it's Sirius 102, 9 a.m. Pacific. 12.
But we'll also post a YouTube video once it comes out too, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But if anybody wants to listen to it live.
Listen live, baby.
Listen live. Bye, Lola. I love you, Lola. I love you. You're so beautiful.
Say thanks.
All right. Bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you.